Hey, Mr. Baum, this is my Electoral College video assignment, and I'm just screen recording over the history.com page where I got all my information. So this is actually the second take. The first time I took it did not record, so hopefully I get this one in time. Um, so first question was to explain how the Electoral College works. And the United States elects its president and vice president through the Electoral College. There are 538 Electoral College members, and each state has a number of them according to the total number of senators and representatives in the House of Representatives. So, states like California have the most because they have the greatest amount of sum between the representatives in the House of Representatives and the senators. And these electors are often selected by the political parties in each state, and they're elected by the general public and general elections. So, when citizens vote for a president on election day, they're voting for a slate of electors pledged to that candidate. So most states, one really important theme about or like aspect about the electoral college system is that most states are like it's basically the winner takes all system. So, like California, it has 55 electoral votes, and if there was 30 on one side and 25 on the other, the the side with 30 would take all 55. It wouldn't take 30, and the 25 would go to the other side. They would take all 55, which is a really major impact on what I'm about to talk about. The question you asked us on impact number one about Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. So, and there are some states with exceptions, though. Electors sometimes meet in their respective state capitals in December after the election to cast their votes for president and vice president, and they submit their votes to the president of the Senate. So, some important notes I stated was that if no candidate receives a majority, the election is decided by the House of Representatives, and the candidate who receives a majority of the electoral votes is declared the winner. So, 270 votes is the winner, electoral votes, out of 538. So why did the authors of the Constitution create this system? So I'm gonna scroll down here, um, right here, restore friendly relations differing state and federal interests. So authors of the Constitution created this system to create a balanced system in the framework of the framers' beliefs that protects against the aspect of direct democracy while ensuring that all states have a role in the presidential election process. So like I stated, the framers are basically just a group of people that played a major role in creating the Constitution. So they're basically often called the founding fathers in the they were part of the Constitutional Convention. And the founding fathers thought that letting the people choose the president directly may result in poor choices, and that are motivated more by emotion than by reasoning. So that was a major aspect on um, why this system was created. So just make sure I'm still recording. Okay. Impact number one, explain how the candidate can win the presidency by loss of popular vote. So this happened in 2016 when Donald Trump lost the popular vote to Hillary Clinton and won the presidency by securing more electoral votes. So basically, or let me just finish reading my paragraph. The electoral college system can lead to a candidate winning the presidency without winning the popular vote. And this is highlighted by the aspect of winner takes all system. Most states have their electoral votes on a winner takes all framework. And this basically means, like I said, the candidate who receives the most votes in the state gets all of its electoral votes. As a result, a candidate can win a state by a small margin, receive all its electoral votes, even if they lose the overall popular vote in the nationwide. So, I remember Mr. Baum in class, you showed us a photo. Um, Hillary Clinton won the popular vote, but she lost the electoral vote, and that's how Donald Trump won. So, although Donald Trump had less popular vote, he had more electoral votes out of 538, which allowed him to become president. And the first 270, right? And this is important because the winner takes all system, like I said, in California, for example, in California, states take all 55 electoral votes other than 30. Um, and, or no, all states take 55. And if one side gets 30 and the other gets 25, the side with 30 takes all 55. They don't just get 30 out of 55, right? So this is basically what happened. And impact number two, it asks us to explain the swing state effect, or why certain states take more importance for campaigns while others, like Maryland, are ignored by the presidential candidates. So the swing state effect basically refers to the significant role that certain states play in presidential elections due to their unpredictable voting patterns and their potential to swing either the Democratic or the Republican side. So swing states are basically states that aren't 100% in whether they're Democratic or Republican. They can either swing to a different side than their initial. So this is really important because in class, Mr. Baum, you said that Maryland, 99.999% chance we're Democratic, right? So it's not a swing state. And there are some states that are less on that percentage side where it can be either Republican or Democratic. And in swing states, there's a maximum chance of winning electoral votes through campaigns such as advertisement rallies and candidate appearances. So um, the swing states, a lot of the candidate appear in those states just to, I guess, make sure that they're the party that they're in. That's what the states could be like a part of. So I don't know if that made any sense, but basically, if there's a state that's 50-50, whether it's Democratic or Republican, a candidate in the Republican side may go to appear and say some thoughtful words or any way to persuade the voters into upping that percentage and making them choose the Republican side. So this is really important on how uh, the speaking of presidents, debates, advertisement is super important in electing the president. And it should happen because the president, becoming the president of the United States is a very big deal. And as said before, some states are called the swing states primarily because of their unpredictable voting patterns through the importance of campaigns. And one aspect that I didn't really see, but I feel like, I don't know if I'm correct, I just want to state it out, is I feel like there's definitely more importance into the larger states, like California, due to their larger number of electoral votes, because you only need 270 to become the president, right? So 55 is a lot. It's almost like what, one sixth, more than one sixth, like basically one sixth around there of the total votes you need. So um, yeah, it's super important. So I bet that there's going to be a lot of advertisement rallies, candidate appearances in those large amount of states with electoral votes just to gain those votes. So such as like California, Texas. So yeah, this was my electoral college video. Hopefully it wasn't too long, but I absolutely knew nothing about this till this assignment. I'm really happy that I was able to do it because now I actually know a lot about it, and I actually had a conversation with my dad about it, which is cool. So yeah,